What's the attorney's name? Start over, I'm sorry. I didn't see it. I got Connor, but what's the?
Officer Dave, would you open my courtroom, please?
The state of Michigan 36th District Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge David S. Robinson Jr. presiding. Court is now.
Uh-oh, what happened? That's not good.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
All right, I got you back.
Okay, Judge, I was calling.
I don't know what happened.
You want me to reopen, Judge?
Oh, yeah, why don't we try that?
Okay. The state of Michigan 36th District Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge David S. Robinson Jr. presiding. Court is now in session. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Okay, what do I got? I got James Alley. Frank and Alley. Okay, I can do that one. James Alley. Lori Frank. This is 381. Counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good
Lori Frank appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Give me a second to get this other guy on. We get started. All right, we are on the record. This is 22186-381. The file is entitled First Portfolio Ventures versus James Alley. This is our first pretrial. Your appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Lori Frank appearing for the plaintiff.
Bar number.
I'm sorry, P43509.
What is your name, sir?
James Alley?
Is your intention to represent yourself in this matter?
Yes, sir.
You have an absolute constitutional right to do that. What you do not have is the right to your own set of rules of civil procedure, your own rules of evidence, and your own statutes. If you elect to represent yourself, as is your constitutional right, the same rules that bind Ms. Frank will bind you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where are we on this file, people?
Well, Your Honor, I reviewed the defendant's answer and sent him statements back on June 22nd. Mr. Alley, did you receive those statements?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay, does that clear up what this is about?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I had so many things going on. I just wasn't sure, where everything was and where I was.
All right, Your Honor, it may be helpful if Mr. Alley and I can speak in a breakout room and try to reach a resolution on this.
Okay, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to give you a return date.
Okay,
The return date with me will be September 8th at 10 o'clock. Does that date and time work for everybody?
Yes.
Ms. Frank?
just checking my calendar, Judge.
I understand.
September 8th, I have another matter at 9:30 before Judge Adams.
You'll be done.
Okay,
It's not like you got to go one physical location to another.
no, Your Honor, and I can always just send the clerk a notice that I have to check in with you.
Exactly right. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open your written discovery. I'm going to give you a return date from me, September 8th at 10 o'clock. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys into a chat room.
Okay,
If you are able to resolve the file, come back to me. If you cannot resolve the file, then I'll talk to you on September the 8th. There's no need for you to come back. You got it?
got it. Thank
All
you,
right.
Judge.
Let's see if I can make the technology work, get you in the chat. There's always that question.
Oh, I have every faith in your abilities, Judge.
You're more optimistic than I.
I have to call my son myself to do it for me.
That's not your son, that's tech support.
That's right.
All right, here we go. You did it. Thank you,
Okay,
Judge.
good enough. What else we got? Midland. White. Richard Wilson, Norman Mitchell. That'll be fun. Let's try Mr. Nate. No. Nate and Mitchell. 5-5. Mr. Nate,
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Connecting with Mr. Mitchell. Get him to start his video. Okay. All right, we seem to be all right here. We are on the record. We are calling file number 22187-559. LVNV funding versus Norman Mitchell. Date and time for what appears to be our first pretrial. Your appearances.
Preston Nate, P77884, appearing for LVNV funding.
What is your name, sir?
Norman Mitchell.
Is it your intention to represent yourself in this matter?
Yes.
You have an absolute constitutional right to do that. What you do not have is to write your own set of rules of civil procedure, your own rules of evidence, and your own statutes. If you elect to represent yourself, as is your constitutional right, the same rules that bind Mr. Nate will be binding on you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, where are we on this file, gentlemen?
So I'll update the court, Mr. Mitchell, step in if I don't say something correct, but it sounds like this might have been a fraudulent account. So we did have a chance to review that. We're gonna go ahead and get a dismissal entered with the court. I know we sent something to Mr. Mitchell. I don't think you've seen it yet. It looks like it just probably went out not too long ago. But we're gonna be dismissing the case. We're not gonna proceed.
All right. You want to dismiss the file? We can do it right now.
That would be great. Yeah, there's no need to wait really then. That's all we're gonna wait for, so.
We can do that right. Let me get my correct pile of paper here.
Did that sound pretty accurate, Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So, Mr. Nate, as a plaintiff, you wish to dismiss this matter without prejudice?
Correct, Your Honor. We would move to dismiss this matter without prejudice.
I want to accept the motion of the plaintiff to dismiss the matter without prejudice. The case will be dismissed without prejudice. We will send out to both of you gentlemen a copy of the order of dismissal. And let's be safe out there. And thank you both for coming in. Well,
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mitchell.
Thank you too.
that all you got today?
Yeah, I think that was all I had with you, Your Honor. So have a good rest of the day.
Be safe.
You too.
Your Honor.
Yes, you bet.
Yes, we are. That means we've settled.
Just a second, pull your file up. We are back on the record with file number 22186-381. The file is entitled First Portfolio Venture versus James Alley. And the parties have, following our pretrial, had an opportunity to confer in the chat room. And Ms. Frank, I believe you told me that you've resolved the problem.
We have, Mr. Alley and I had a very nice conversation, and we're going to do a dismissal, conditional dismissal without prejudice. He's going to start making payments of $50 a month beginning on September 26th and due on the 26th of each month after that.
Okay,
And I will send Mr. Alley the order I just mentioned via email, and he was kind enough to give me his email address, and so we should have this to you forthwith.
all right. Then what I will do, first of all, Mr. Alley, did you hear all the things Ms. Frank said?
Yes, sir.
And you agree to those terms?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll just simply go ahead and send out the same order, opening your written discovery, giving you the new date. I do not, however, expect to see you. What I should have before that time is the executed conditional dismissal. I'll simply enter that, and then you guys won't have to come in at all. Okay?
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Mr. Alley.
Thank you.
Be safe out there.
Hey, you too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Losing. Ryan Bates. Oh. 200. I don't have either of these people. Mr. Wilson.
Hello, Judge.
Mr. Rusin, good morning. Brings
Go
you
ahead.
today. I don't have that case number, 974.
Let's see what we have here. This is, so you're telling me you don't have 22190-649?
I have that, but I do not have 974, which is what you're displaying.
Really? That's strange. Very odd. Well, I'm here on the last three numbers, 649.
All right, I don't have your opponent as of yet. So I'll put you back in the waiting room.
Just to let you know, Judge, you probably will not see my opponent because two things, I don't have an answer to complaint. And this is, as you've seen before, what happens when we have a change of venue order from another Wayne County or Oakland County court, and it lands in the clerk's office downtown.
Joy. Okay, put you back in the waiting room. I'll talk to you soon.
That's exactly what my partner says all the time, Joy.
Thank you, sir. Back to the waiting room. Ryan Bates, 200. Mr. Bates, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
How about yourself?
Doing well.
What brings you here today?
Well, I had two motions up. And we might have had a pretrial conference, although I got a voicemail from plaintiff's attorney yesterday saying she was trying to, or maybe the day before, trying to reach the court to have it moved. But she never let me know if she reached the court or anything. So it looks as though perhaps it was moved.
No. Well, I have you with a case number that you're showing me a case number ending in 200. I don't have you on the docket for a case ending in 200.
Oh, let me see. Unfortunately, that's the case number on all my different documents I have pulled up this morning. Let me see. Should be ASP CARES.
Yeah, that's 21-164-260.
Okay, I'm sorry about that, Your Honor.
So what you're telling me is you guys have need another date for the motion. Is that what happened?
That's what her voicemail said to me. She was requesting to have it moved. I think she had a personal conflict of some sort.
I understand that those things happen.
Yeah.
Did you have you guys get a new date?
I called her back 3 times and I haven't been able to reach her.
New date.
Correct.
Okay, well, then how about I go 2 weeks on you?
That's fine with me, and I'll shoot her an email just to make sure. And then I'll make sure we get this case number corrected in the caption. We must be using it wrong on all the captions then.
Okay, this is August 11th. 2 weeks from today is going to be August 25th. So what I'll do is I will adjourn case 21164-260, AppCare Pharmacy versus State Farm, both the motion and pretrial to August 26th at 10 o'clock.
Your Honor, while we have, we're looking at, I guess, housekeeping matters. Do you have two motions or just one?
I have a motion for partial summary disposition. Then I also have filed a motion concerning excluding evidence.
Perfect. That's what I showed as well.
intend to do the partial summary disposition because I have no response to the other one as of yet.
That's what I was checking too, because I didn't get a response either, and I don't know if.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
I'll adjourn this one then over to the motion for partial summary disposition and pretrial adjourned over to August the 25th
And you said at 10 or 11? I didn't.
at 10 o'clock like today.
Great. Thank you, Judge.
All right,
Good to
thanks
you.
for coming in. We're off the record. August 25th. 10 o'clock. Okay, what else I got?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Mr. Clardy, good morning. What brings you here today?
I am standing in for Miss Schwartz on ASP Cares versus State Farm.
Yeah.
And I,
Look at the case number you are displaying.
21-264-200.
And your case number is 21-164-260.
Mine's, are you talking about on my screen, Your Honor?
Yes,
I'm showing on my, what's that?
not your bar number,
Oh, sir, I'm sorry. I can change
not
that.
today's date.
I'm sorry, sir. I thought that the case number was what needed to go in. I'll change it right now.
It's the wrong case number. And let me tell you what I just did. I had spoken with Mr. Bates, who said that he had gotten a phone call from Ms. Schwartz about adjourning the matter, had been unable to reach her despite calling her 3 times. And so as a courtesy to her, we simply put it over for 2 weeks.
Okay, Your Honor, I'm sorry to hear that. Again, I don't know what to say other than I thought I had plugged in the right number. On my screen, it shows 21-264-200, and that's what's listed here.
Well, the case number, looking at the file, ends in 260. And that's part of the problem.
Oh, well, you know, Your Honor, then that's, I got a copy from Miss Schwartz, and it says that is, okay, yeah, I see the discrepancy. Her response has it ending in 200.
Yeah, well,
That explains that. Okay, well, I'm glad that she was able to speak with Mr. Bates.
she was not able to speak to Mr. Bates. She
Oh.
called him, he returned her call 3 separate occasions, was unable to speak to her. But
Okay.
rather than proceed in her absence, as a courtesy to her, Mr. Bates agreed to put it over for 2 weeks.
That was kind of Mr. Bates. I'll be sure to tell her and that she should call him back.
Yeah,
And thank you for your patience, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
it's all right. It's gonna be August 25th at 10 o'clock. That's the motions for partial summary disposition as well as the pretrial. I did not calendar the motion to exclude evidence because obviously I need to see what happens with the partial summary disposition first, and because Ms. Schwartz has not filed an answer to it.
Okay, Your Honor. I'll be sure. I'll relay all of this information to her. Not calendared and no response. And I'll be sure to tell her.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good morning, sir.
Too, sir. We're off the record. What a crappy job you're doing. All right, let me stop the video. Turn on the music. Take these. Take these files up. Mr. Corpus,
Good morning, Your Honor.
you've got Midland Funding versus Amy White.
That's correct, Your Honor.
I don't have your opponent as of yet. Put you back into the waiting room and I'll be doing defaulting at 10:30, 10:32.
Understood, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Put you back in the waiting room. Waiting room. Yeah, okay. Now turn the music back on. Stop video. Slide to defaults. We
Hello,
are,
Judge.
hi, this is 22-190-649 LVNV funding versus Alia Rodman. By notice dated July 15, 2022, this matter is set for pretrial today, August 11th at 10 o'clock. It's now after 10:30. Could I have your appearance?
Judge, may it please court, my name is Attorney Richard Rusin. For the record, my bar number is 35222. I'm the attorney of record for the plaintiff, and I'm the appearing attorney for LVNB funding today.
By way of background, this file comes to us following a change of venue from the 17th District Court out in Redford. It's now after 10:30. The defendant has failed to appear. Mr. Rusin, I guess yesterday's mail brought in your proposed default
Yes.
affidavit and entry, which is supported by both proofs of service and a non-military affidavit. We'll enter that for you today, sir.
Thank you, Judge. I will then follow up under the court rule appropriate thereto to a motion for default judgment, and on that I rest.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Thank you, Judge.
Have a great day. We are on the record calling file number 21-170182. The file is entitled Midland Funding versus Amy White. By notice dated July 14, 2022, this matter set for pretrial today, August 11th at 10 o'clock. It's now after 10:30. Could I have, sir, your appearance?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. Matthew Kuipers on behalf of the plaintiff, P71348.
Mr. Corpus, the defendant has failed to appear. No good cause for that failure having been shown. The court will enter the default of the defendant. Look forward to your motion for default judgment, sir. We'll send out your default today.
Thank you, Judge. We'll send in the motion.
Let's be safe.
Thank you. You too.
We're off the record. Let's turn our music back on. Okay. Mr. Kavanaugh,
Good morning, Your Honor.
Mr. Green,
Good morning, Your Honor.
let's call your case, gentlemen. We are on the record. This is file number 211711918. Wyshera Oliver versus Stephen Edward Paulson and a bearded builder LLC. Your respective appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alex Green IV, PA 2657, on behalf of plaintiff Wyshera and Ms. Oliver.
Good morning, Your Honor. Peter Kavanaugh, P 53537, on behalf of the defendants, Stephen Edward Paulson II and a bearded builder LLC.
All right, gentlemen, when we were last together on this file on the 14th, you had your depositions set for the week of the 21st of July. Were those depositions done?
Yes, they were, Judge.
Okay, so now my question is, first of all, is this file still within my subject matter jurisdiction?
It is, Your Honor.
I believe it is, Your Honor.
Okay, so what is left by way of discovery, if anything?
I believe discovery is completed. The depositions were the last matter.
And we did so on August the 2nd, so we have not gotten the transcripts back.
Okay, are either of you, after the depositions, contemplating dispositive motions?
Yes, Judge. I'm anticipating a motion that would dismiss the entire claim as to both defendants.
Obviously, Al will have to be scheduled then. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to close your discovery as of today. We'll give you a new date. Your new date will be September the 8th. I do not require, Mr. Kavanaugh, that your motion be done by that date, because you may not even have your transcripts till, a week before then. But the idea is to make sure we keep the file on track. And to then at that point in time, September 8th, have some idea what will be necessary in terms of how much time for you to prepare your motions. Mr. Green, obviously, if you're preparing your motion for summary disposition, is entitled to 3 weeks from the time he gets it before the matter can be settled. So we'll talk to you gentlemen again on September 8th, 2022. First of all, does that date and time work for everybody?
It works for me, Your Honor.
Okay, September 8th at 11 o'clock. To put in your thinking caps, not necessarily to decide today. What about facilitation in the case? Not a decision you got to make today, something to think about. And probably you will not be able to make a decision until after we have a ruling on whatever motions Mr. Kavanaugh is going to file. But just in the back of your mind, possible way of resolving a business dispute. In the meantime, September 8th at 11 o'clock will be our next pretrial. Is there anything else we can accomplish today?
A procedural question, Judge. Normally, there's a judge's copy of any dispositive motions filed, at least in my experience. Is that the court's practice to have a judge's copy
Yes,
delivered to the chambers?
and I believe the court rule requires that.
Okay, that's what I thought so too.
Anything else, gentlemen?
No, thank you, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
September 8th at 11 o'clock, your discovery is now closed. Let's be safe. We'll talk to you guys again, September 8th at 11 o'clock. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. 11 o'clock. Mr. Runyon?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry, I had the volume down too low.
Did you receive any pleadings from your opponent in this file?
No, I have not.
All right, let's call your case and get started. We are on the record. This is 22177-420, Shores Financial Group versus Robert Powell, or Paul, P-O-W-E. By a notice dated July 8, 2022, this matter set for hearing today, August 11th at 11 o'clock. It's now 11:20. Could I have your appearance?
Good morning, Your Honor. Timothy Runyon on behalf of the plaintiff.
Bar number?
P34529.
This is your motion to set aside dismissal, Mr. Runyon. You got no response from the other side, correct?
That's correct.
Sir, please proceed.
It is. The motion is to set aside the default because it appears that we have complied with your order for alternate service, and I just assume, at my peril, that the problem was that the documents hadn't caught up to the file when you reviewed it.
Okay, let's see. Well, it's a motion to set aside dismissal, not default, correct?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, dismissal.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's see. We have proof of service by posting by the court officer. We have the non-military affidavit. The court is going to grant your unopposed motion. Your motion to set aside dismissal will be granted. And
All right, Your Honor. We also submitted with the motion a default judgment. We'd ask that you enter that.
I'd be more comfortable, Mr. Runyon, with you submitting a default separately.
All right. Would you like that under the 7-day rule?
You don't need, I'm not making an order. You could just submit your default.
All right, very good. We'll get it out to you today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We're off the
Thank
record.
you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Be safe.
You too.
We are on the record calling file number 18140-643, Progressive Insurance versus Patricia Hammock. By a notice dated July 8th, 2022, excuse me. This matter set for hearing today, August 11th at 11 o'clock. It's now after 11:20. Your appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Ronald Ian Standig, P30277 on behalf of plaintiff.
Sir, have you received any pleadings from Ms. Hammock in response to your motion to set aside the satisfactory judgment?
We have received no pleadings, nor have we received any correspondence by written or by phone.
Your motion, sir.
Your Honor, we filed a motion requesting the court fix an error that we created. There were two separate lawsuits relating to the automobile accident that is the subject matter of the complaint. Originally, we filed suit against both Ms. Hammock and a Jerice Washington. Ms. Hammock was the driver of Mr. Washington's uninsured motor vehicle, had an accident, and the suit was requesting recovery of the damages relating to that accident. We were unable to serve Ms. Hammock, but did eventually enter into a consent judgment with Mr. Washington. Subsequently, we filed a second cause of action, which is the 18140.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Judge, can you hear me or see me now?
I can both hear and see you. You
Okay.
froze on me when you were giving the case number.
I have no idea, and I can't get back into the other.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'll simply remove that one and we'll proceed with where you are now.
Okay. Thank you.
You were saying you filed the second lawsuit. That is the case before us today.
Okay.
That's what.
And we were successful in obtaining service and took a judgment against Ms. Hammock. But because of an error, we had both case numbers in our file. And when Mr. Washington in, I believe it was late May or early June, satisfied or paid the settlement that we had negotiated, we erroneously placed the 18 case number on the paperwork, and that was submitted to the court and was entered, I believe it was dated June the 1st, with Mr. Washington's name on it, although he's not even a defendant in this particular case. When I realized the error, I did correct. I sent in and did satisfy the 15 case number, which happens to be one of your cases as well, but thought we needed to correct the record and ask the court to set aside the satisfaction that was entered in the 18 case because it was erroneous, it was improper.
Counsel, I've had a chance to review your pleadings. Appears that you are entitled to the relief that is requested. We will grant your motion to set aside the satisfaction entered in case number 18140-643.
I believe we did submit a proposed order with our pleadings.
And I'll sign it and get on out to you today.
I appreciate it and sorry for the bloop, and it's good to see you. It's been a while. How are you doing?
I've been doing well. How about yourself?
Been hanging in.
That's all we can do. Technical stuff gets me from time to time. I had a case yesterday where people were trying to go to a waiting room, chat room, and one person was able to get there, the other one was not. And they kept bouncing back and forward. Everybody just got frustrated. Finally, we gave them another date. Thanks for coming in. Be safe.
Thank you. Have a great rest of the day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We're off the record. Good morning.
Good morning.
We are on the record calling file 21173557. The file is entitled Jefferson Capital System versus Amanda Corwin. Your appearance.
Kara Bailey, P73071 on behalf of the plaintiff today.
All right. This is our first pretrial in this matter. By notice dated July 14th, 2022, this matter is set for pretrial today at 11 o'clock. It's now 11:30. We have not had an appearance from the defendant. The default of the defendant is hereby entered. We'll send that out to you today.
Okay.
For more information, Ms. Bailey, you are not representing Midland Credit today. That was,
I apologize. I must have forgotten to change. It's from yesterday.
what comes up on my screen is Kara Bailey bar number for Midland Credit.
Yep, I'm Jefferson Capital today on this one. Yep, sorry about that. Surprised it doesn't happen that as much as it did, or I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often, but it
I would
doesn't.
suggest you consider is just using, your bar number and the case number.
Okay,
Because sometimes you're going to get the case number right because you must pay
I
attention.
have to change the case number. Yep.
Have a
Not
good,
a problem. I will take that into consideration. Just to clarify, I don't need to submit a default. You're gonna send that out.
I'm going to send out the default today.
Okay, and then we'll send in the judgment once we serve the default.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Be safe. Thank you for coming in. We're off the record.